Ryan here with Prudential Pest Solutions, and we are on a job in Reading, Pennsylvania for bed bugs, and we can see a bed bug right there. If you don't know if you have bed bugs, if you've never seen one before, I like to describe them as apple seeds. They look similar shape and size to apple seeds. This one's red in color because, well, basically they've fed, so they eat blood. They're blood feeders, so they'll be in any color from clear all the way up to like a dark brown. But the darker they are, that means that they've fed, which means they've eaten blood. And what we're looking at this particular house in Reading here is I'm looking at the back of a end table. You know, usually the kind of table that sits next to your bed. And so we're looking at the bed bugs, which are behind here, because and I'm going to say this now is that bed bugs will not just hide just in beds. They're going to be anywhere where people are. So couches, mattresses, obviously, box springs, behind pictures, behind baseboards. And this house is pretty well infested. But what I'm trying to show here is all that white. See, the white little rice-looking things underneath the bed bugs. Those are the eggs. So what we do in a typical service, like what we'll do here, is we do a vacuum and then a spray and then a vacuum again. With the idea being we want to vacuum up as many live and dead bed bugs as possible, and also the eggs. We'll spray, do a treatment, apply some dust into the nooks and crannies, and then we'll vacuum again because that tends to drive them out again. And there's sometimes a misconception about the size of bed bugs, like you can't see them. Fleas are like that. Fleas are pretty small here, but you can see just in relation to my finger that they're quite visible. And before any treatment is ever done at your house, you need to ensure that it is bed bugs and not something like fleas or ticks, spiders, or even allergic reaction to something. Can all mimic what a bed bug bite might look like. And we can see here there's the different stages. There's some clear ones right there at my fingertips. So this is next to an end table, and this house is pretty severely infested. We can look on the wall here. All that black mark is on there. All the black marks that are there, that's all excrement. So what happens is the bed bugs eat blood, and then they essentially poop out excrement. And it has a dark color. It looks like almost like you took, what it'll look like on a mattress is it'll look like you took a pen and did a bunch of little dots everywhere. That's indicative of bed bugs. That's their excrement. So again, we're on the back side of this end table here, and we can just see it's just littered with it. And it also highlights all the little nooks and crannies that they get into because they're super flat as an insect. So they just get everywhere. So when we do a treatment, we have to not only just treat the bed and the bedroom, but we need to move the furniture. We need to get underneath the furniture. There's a really good shot of the eggs there. And again, this is not a typical bed bug job we do. This is a pretty severely infested one. So now we're looking at the mattress. And we can see, again, that's not bed bugs. That's just all the excrement. So that's just evidence of bed bugs. So if we were doing an inspection before a treatment and the people were saying, hey, I think I have bed bugs, this is the kind of stuff we're looking for. Because unless the house is really infested, you're typically not going to see a ton of bed bugs, the actual bugs themselves, but you're going to see evidence like this. And where this mattress was sitting, they made kind of like a homemade box spring for it out of wood. And I'll show you that here in a second. And, well, here it is right here. And you can see the black specks. It's a little hard to see because of the plywood. Let me zoom in. But the black specks are even, and they're all throughout this crack in between where the plywood's connected, and even behind those 2x4s there. So again, same process. We're going to vacuum, we're going to spray, and we're going to vacuum again, just to make sure we have everything out of there. And you can see this is where the bed actually hit that crease on that box spring there. You can see just the level of activity there. So it's not just beds, it's not just furniture. We're in the living room now, and again, this is at a pretty severely infested place in Reading. And I flipped over these couches, and the couches are red in color, so you might not see, when you have darker furniture, you might not see the excrement. But remember, bed bugs are going to be where people are. So I flip up the flap here in the back, and I look down this channel, and that is just a school, a gaggle, a ton of bed bugs, and their eggs as well. And it was throughout these channels here too. So had the homeowner just treated the bedroom, it wouldn't resolve the issue because, the bed bugs were throughout the house because bed bugs are going to be where people are. So this just shows you a little bit of what we look for. Again, this is a pretty severely infested home in Reading, and they called us out because we're the best. Now you can see here that it's just a size comparison to a quarter of a bed bug and a penny. So definitely visible. And we are the bed bug experts. So we service all of Reading, Berks County, Chester County, Lancaster County, and the surrounding areas. So if you need a bed bug exterminator, call Prudential Pest Solutions at 484-401-4361.